somebody knows something that we don't? Because it feels like a forced, manipulated move all of a sudden after all these years. And I mean, I bought gold back when it was $300. I'll never forget where I was at. I was in a taxi in Vegas, and I was coming back from the home builder show, and the guy, the driver, the taxi cab driver was telling me about gold, and that is the first time that I learned about Bitcoin as well. This was about I want to say 2009, something like that, 10, somewhere in that range when I first heard about Bitcoin, and that guy was telling me about gold. And my point is, man, there's people that in there, like my father, he saw gold go down for many, many years. Like they, after we unpegged from the dollar, if you go back and look at the historical charts on that, there's a lot of people that saw gold go down. Not only did it go up, but it went down. So I don't know. It feels manipulated to me, and that's just my, like yours, a degen opinion. It seems there's just something at play here that I can't put my foot on, but that's the way I feel about it. What's your thoughts on it, Tony?
Sorry, I've got a different mic set up, so I got to find the button to click it on. Look, like you already mentioned the size, it's like a big giant sandbox versus a bucket, right? Right now, Bitcoin's in the bucket and gold's got the sandbox. It's, infinitely out there, just depending on how much people can find it, whether they're going and looking in rocks and streams and mountains and glaciers and asteroids and who knows where they can find it. But compared to Bitcoin that has that finite supply and both take money in industry to, what is going on with the screen? Both take money in industry to realize. Oh, okay.
Nothing's happening with the screen.
Both of them take effort to realize. Obviously Bitcoin has the ability to, depending on the region, like regions that have like a lot of power supply that goes to waste. Bitcoin can be running on miners to use that electric supply, and then let's just say there's a heat surge or a cold surge, or there's some need for power in that area for it not to go to waste. Bitcoin can be used in that way, and they can just turn off those servers and let the electricity go to the neighboring area that needs the power. So I think there's many ways that you can use Bitcoin in a good way. And I don't think Bitcoin's going anywhere. I think it's only going to increase in value. It's only less than 2 decades old, and so we've got a long on ramp to go. And obviously, a lot of the supply is already out there, right? And we still have a lot to go, but it's not time to wait. We want to make sure
to go,
but like the majority, like it mined a lot in the beginning, and it's going to continually decrease. So it's probably best to have some and hodl some now and continue to DCA. Actually, it's interesting. I was listening to Digital Asset News this I think Friday, and he was talking about that on Cash App you can have no fees and no something else if you DCA like on a weekly basis. Like if you do it instantly, they charge you fees and stuff. But so there's just another way for people to go and get crypto. They can use their Cash App and do that. And if they do that on that rolling weekly or whatever basis to DCA, then there's zero fees and zero, I forget what the other thing he said it was, but
yeah. I bought plenty of Bitcoin with Cash App.
And you can send it to your private wallets too. You don't have to just keep it on Cash App. You can actually send it off. So, I know that's not really on the topic, but I just thought that's another good way. I bought it on Cash App, and when I get tipped here and there, I'll just take a portion of that and I buy Bitcoin there. It's a lot easier for me to buy it there and then maybe send it off later on.
Yep. Vegas Claw, good to see you, buddy. Andrea popping in on us. Caveman, good to see you. Who else did we see pop in here? I saw Claw JB. Curtis Hill, good to see you, man. Thanks for spending some time with us on Sunday. And the best toaster in the world is the French toaster. Good to see you, Toaster. Always good to have you in with us. Jim, what's your thoughts on that gold versus Bitcoin?
Well, I mean, 27 trillion is a long way to have to go. I mean, you got a hundred more years of Bitcoin mining. I mean, I guess at some point in the future, that delta, the price action, will cross. But 27 trillion, considering from last bull market to this bull market, the growth in market cap. I don't think it's going to be anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't either. We'll see. Redman's hoping by 2035, right? Redman, we'll see it, but anything's possible.
Yeah, you gotta remember the halving every time it halves, right? The amount of Bitcoin is halved in half, right? So those block rewards get significantly shorter and shorter each time. But yeah, 2035, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe I was wrong on that one, but it's a lot. It's actually a lot longer than that. I don't. My notes are messed up. Sorry, guys.
No, you're right, man. I mean, you never know. I mean, some of these blocks that are being mined with Bitcoin because of institutional stuff that's happening, people paying the fees that they're making on this sometimes are hundreds of thousands of dollars within that block. If you mine a very rewarding block, I think that's how it's going to continue on after all the Bitcoin is mined. They're going to be mining for fees, but of course all these big huge corporations that are having these miners, they're going to have bought down their electricity till probably zero, right? Like just to have the revenue in that state. They'll probably get free electricity or 5 cent 3 cent electricity. But yeah, the gold continues to be mined. I just feel like there's something going on with gold that isn't organic and natural right now. I can't put my finger on it, but it certainly doesn't feel organic and natural. It almost feels like what you see when there's FOMO, when there's fear, lots of fear. And you got to look around and say, why? What do you know that I don't know? And it just seems interesting to me. So to have that article come out where they're actually, we know Saylor is going to always suggest that Bitcoin's going to be worth more than gold. I mean, at this point, he had a better case when he was just starting his journey into becoming a Bitcoin treasury company, basically, because he wasn't there yet. And it was a decision he made, and having a belief in Bitcoin before you actually put all that money in. And now he's got all that. He just keeps buying and buying and buying. Well, now, of course, people are going to suggest that he's always going to be a proponent of Bitcoin because he wants his Bitcoin, the market price to go up. So he wants people to buy it. But you got to look at his original thesis, his original premise was he became a believer. He saw something that other corporations and CEOs did not see. And he designed a strategy around that. And I got to take my hat off to a guy like that because he put his money where his mouth is. And of course, just like all of us, if we own Bitcoin, we certainly believe in it, in its ethos, and we certainly want it to go up in price, right? I mean, of course we do. We want Bitcoin to get to be $1 million a share. So anyways, did I go around the horn? DDT, you got any thoughts on that?
The gold, sorry, I'm on. The gold issue is,
let's take a look at gold on the chart if you got time, DDT.
Yeah, quickly. Let me just quick. I need to flip templates quickly. But just to say, the gold run is basically because a lot of the BRICS nations are buying gold to back their currency with gold, so they can move off dollar-backed, or supposedly. But also as well, there is evidence that China has been buying up a hell of a lot of gold, kind of to back the yuan, and then Russia as well somehow also is in there, North Korea. if you call it that as well. There's lots of kind of countries overtly trying to move off the dollar standard or less reliant on it. So that's kind of the subliminal thing going on at the moment.